All right, here we go. Good morning, good morning, good morning, people. Back in the studio after a vacation, and an extra week off, and food poisoning, and a sunburn, and bug bites, and homework, and all else there was last week. I'm your host, Thomas Curtis. Thanks for bringing me with you on your morning drive. It's episode 15 on Monday, August 17th. We've got the Red Sox to talk about, and not much of it is good. We've got the Patriots to talk about. That's more exciting. A little bit of fantasy football and some more here. I'm working down in New Hampshire today, so taking off at about 8. So we'll be quick here, concise to the point. Um, but yeah, it's been a little bit, so I wanted to get an episode done. Did the sheet yesterday, last night before I went to bed, so I could wake up and bang this out. Dealing with a little sickness, so that's what's in my voice. But yeah, it's the morning drive presented by Schofield Sports Performance and the Redown Community Fund. Thank you to those two entities for making this possible. For the news, Von Miller signed with the Dallas Cowboys last night. The Cardinals hope Jeremiah Love is going to be ready for week 1, which is terrifying if you drafted him in fantasy. I've kind of stayed away. A little bit scared of, James Conner and Trey Benson and who else is back there in that line or backfield. But it's a crowded backfield. They've got Marvin Harrison and Michael Wilson in the receiver room. Trey McBride as well. Like they're going to spread the ball around, and if Jeremiah Love's going to be hurt, it kind of sounds like a high ankle sprain for week 1. I've stayed away. Some people haven't. Some people have been really excited. He looks really good. He's really talented, but I stayed away from that woeful offense in Jeremiah Love. Minnesota Viking Jamal Adams is down for the season with an ACL tear. I saw him make a play against, I want to say, the Giants the other day, and I was like, oh, that's kind of a fun, pickup for them. Heat-seeking missile. Like, Jamal Adams has had kind of a cool career arc where, like, he was supposed to be this do-it-all safety that could play in the box but could also play, over the top and be a good, strong safety type for the Jets. But he kind of devolved into a heat-seeking missile. And, like, that's not really the worst thing. It's a shame he tore his ACL, obviously. Sorry for Jamal Adams. Because him and that Brian Flores defense would have been pretty cool. But he goes down with an ACL tear. Onto baseball. The Red Sox place Masataka Yoshida on the IL with a hamstring injury. They recall Mickey Gasper. Tom Karen, what is you doing, baby? Called him Daisuke Matsuyaka on the rain delay broadcast, which, I'm not going to call racist, but, ooh, yeah, I don't know, Jim. You know, pretty much the last Japanese guy the Red Sox had, right? So Yoshida goes to the IL. Tom Karen, I'm sure it was a harmless mistake, but definitely a tough one anyways. Mickey Gasper's back. I'm kind of disappointed. They went lefty for lefty. He's going to take DH at bats. I would have called up Cheng, also a lefty, but I would have liked Sung-Shae Chang to play shortstop because Monasterio has been really bad at shortstop. Move him, Monasterio that is, into the DH spot, and your defense gets better. Maybe you lose a bat, but like the Yoshida to Gasper downgrade is so bad that I feel like Yoshida to Chang, technically, when you're actually doing Yoshida to Monasterio, doesn't hurt as bad. Reinforcements are coming. Roman Anthony, Trevor Story, is he a reinforcement? And Isaiah Kiner-Falefa all-star rehab assignments in Worcester. Justin Gonzalez, the Red Sox number 2 prospect. He's enormous, promoted to Double-A Portland. So that's really cool. Pirates push Paul Skeens start to Wednesday, so the Red Sox miss him. They lost anyways, didn't really matter. And Josh Baez goes yard 3 times in his MLB debut. How cool was that? I wasn't watching the game. I'm sure Jake Sonola was, but Matt Boyd lets him go yard to all fields, left, center, and harsh right field at Wrigley. They said he had great power. Does great responsibility come with that? You don't know, but he had a couple jacks. I'm actually curious what he did in his second game. Eight 16. He was 0 for 5. He wants nope 0 for 5. But yeah, like I feel like you'll get that with a guy that hits 3 bombs in a game, right? So there's the news. Sorry, dealing with the sickness, trying to keep the voice still intact. There's the news. The Roman Anthony stuff is interesting. I've got him on the fantasy team. I'd like to see him back soon. He should be back soon. He's been out since May with a torn ligament in his finger. And I don't want to call him soft or anything, but it's been so difficult to try and cobble this lineup together without your number one prospect, who is supposed to kind of be your MVP candidate, which isn't fair to do to 22-year-old Roman Anthony, to call him like the savior of this team. But they did it last year and it kind of worked, and then he got hurt. Like, this is a guy that's projected to have a 130 bottom line WRC plus. He should hit 25 bombs. He should be on base 40% of the time. He's not going to steal, but he's going to play, the Duran level defense. Like, they project him as a plus level defender. And Duran has batted under the Mendoza line for all year. Like, we're in August and he hasn't improved, and we can't just keep giving him at bats in a serious playoff lineup. Like, when Anthony's back, it should be Anthony, Rafael, and Abreu with Eli White spelling in center field. And I would rather have had Yoshida, but it kind of sounds like Yoshida is down for the year with this hamstring thing, which is really disappointing because we might have seen the last Masataka Yoshida. Really, really disappointing. I really like Yoshida. Like, people dislike him for some reason because they paid him 80 M's and it was high, and like he's had the log jam and he's been in the shadow realm. And like sometimes he doesn't hit, but we've seen this last couple months what he does when he does have consistent at bats. Um, so yeah, like I'd like to have Yoshida. Instead, it's Mickey Gasper. Gabe asks, Cody Belker, former Schofield athlete. Schofield Sports Performance, everything you need to get to the next level, by the way. Called up to the Phillies AA team. Yep, he was a couple weeks ago, and I think we've talked about that, actually. But pretty cool for him. With the Phillies, like, you say he's pitching well. I don't really know where Cody Belker's at stat line-wise, but, like, there's a chance Cody Belker gets called up to the big league team because the Phillies are not very good pitching wise. So oh, he's an A plus. I see. I thought he was in double A. So is that new game? Did he get called up again? Um it's a 3.28 in high A. 35 innings pitched. How many strikeouts? How many strikeouts? How many strikeouts? He got called up and they play the Sea Dogs this week. This is huge. I didn't know that. Yeah, Cody Belker promoted to double A. It's not in Portland, is it, Gabe? I thought I did some research and they don't play in Portland again. Wow. That's good for him. That was last night. Yeah, I missed that. Fantasy draft with the family. It is in Portland? Oh my goodness, we have to go. Like, I don't know if he'll pitch. That's really cool. That should have been the top of the show. Here we go, Schofield Sports Performance. Cody Belker. Shout out to Cody Belker, man. A real guy's guy. I'm sure he doesn't even remember who I am, but like worked out with him at Schofield a couple times. So that's really cool. I thought he had already been in Double A when I saw him get called up from low A to high A. I figured that was Double A. Didn't do my research. But that's his second promotion this season, which is like you don't see that very often. But for a college pitcher, you can kind of understand. Cody Belker is going to be in the show very soon, so that's really cool for Cody. Thanks, Gabe. Shout out. We're going to move on to some Patriots and Colts discussion. Just a couple of notes that I had watching this game on Thursday. Yeah. So let's see. I was on vacation from Sunday to Thursday. Had a lot of homework because I put this managerial accounting class off. Gabe texts me. Gabe in the chat. Shout out. At 2 or 1. Do you want to get Chipotle? Yeah, dude. I need to treat myself. Like that's great. We'll go to Saco. Hang out with my buddy. Like this is gonna be good. I get, my normal white rice, black beans, honey chicken, pico, corn, medium salsa, cheese. Wrap that sucker up. I'm gonna eat it here. I get home and I just have to poop. Sucks. So, immediately I'm like, that's not good. Family comes over, I'm fine. I wake up the next day, I'm like, why am I so hungover? Why? Like I'm throwing up. I can't get out of bed. What is going on? We pack up and leave, and like the 30-minute car ride home, let me tell you, is one of the worst car rides I've ever been a part of. I get home, I'm laying on the bathroom floor, I'm taking a nap, had to take a shower. Like, what is going on? Watch the Patriots game. We'll get to my thoughts from that game while I was like delirious. I watched Jack Webb, um, Thornton Academy, UMaine guy, works in Bangor now on the TV station. Watched him on the pre and post game show. That's awesome. That's one of the coolest things ever. Um, midnight, I'm like, I can't sleep. I'm laying on the floor now. I've thrown up a couple times. Like, what is going on? Had to go to the ER. Food poisoning. So, all in all, don't eat Chipotle for a little bit. You know, work says we're closing at 3 p.m. every day. That's cool. Not really my problem anymore. I'm done there. Yeah, so Pats and Colts. Let's actually get to the real stuff and not anything about me. Gabe Akis had some impressive stints. The skill needs to be refined a little bit, but that guy looks like a football player. He's huge. He wears the 50. He needs a little drip. I mean, he's out there nothing on, basically. He's got his shirt and his pants and his helmet. He's ready to play football. But let's do something else, Gabe Akis. It's like he didn't know he had to show up, right? Like he was late to show up. But I thought he held the edge really well. He's big enough to hold the edge, closed the edge a little bit, like he's forearm shivering into guys, and moving people. So it was encouraging to see Gabe Akis move guys. We'll see what he does against the Eagles. That's a good offensive line. Even their twos are pretty good. I'm unaware of who's playing. I think we'll understand more about that Tuesday or Wednesday, for this game this Thursday. But Akis was pretty impressive. He had some head scratching moments. Where are you going? Are you doing the right thing? The pass rush, I was not like there wasn't a single play where I was really impressed by the pass rush. But against the run, I thought he held his own pretty well. And as he refines that in Mike Vrabel's system, we will get there. Kyle Williams' release is very pretty on the offensive side. I'm glad he found the end zone because we're talking about him a little bit. I don't think they cut him. He was a 3rd-round pick, top 100 pick. Kyle Williams preseason stats. I should probably have this up, but here we are. 2 receptions, 37 yards, and a TD. That's good for your first preseason game with Tommy DeVito and Baron Morton throwing to you. So shout out to Kyle Williams. He had a pretty good day. People are having running back 3 conversations. Hassan Haskins, who the Pats signed, I'm not sure if I've talked about that on this platform yet, but they signed him. I like him the best out of Jam Miller and Lan Larison just because, the name recognition. I thought he was pretty good in LA. But the people having these conversations don't know what they're doing. We haven't seen them play with Drake May yet. Obviously, in practice, sure, but I haven't seen them play. And most people, you can see reports and stuff. Maybe you've seen a couple of videos, but, you have no idea how much Drake May likes Hassan Haskins or Jam Miller or Lan Larison. So my PSA in that regard is we got to wait and see. Hashtag wait and see. We will, I think, Thursday. May's going to play in that game. And then we can start having the RB3. My guy right now is Hassan Haskins, and Lan Larison is the 4. I don't think Jam Miller is very good. Lan Larison's the pass-catching back. Hassan Haskins is the downhill rough rider kind of guy. So those are 3 instant thoughts for the Pats preseason game. Well, I'll have more, next week after we see more of the starters. Hopefully AJ Brown gets a couple of reps. I'm itching to see him on the field. I'm not gonna I don't know how to do this while I am at school. So I get back to school Sunday. I'd like to kind of do a Monday, Thursday thing where I'm talking about the Sunday football games and then Thursday I'm previewing the week. And that also lines up with when series start and end in the MLB. So that might be what I do. I also need to find a place to do it. So this might become an afternoon thing. Maybe I have time in the morning. We'll see. I just don't really have a spot to do it in the dorm in the upper class campus. So I might have to be carrying my mic and stuff, plug in at the media suite or somewhere and jump on and do this in the afternoon. We'll see. I don't know how consistent I'll be, but I'm gonna get videos out because I do like having this, solo podcast to therapy basically. It has been therapeutic. It's really easy to get through my day when I've created something and dumped all my thoughts into one demographic. We'll move on to the Red Sox. They've lost 3 straight series. They lost 7 of 8. This time they lose 2 or 3 in Pittsburgh. Good Lord, what are we doing? The sky is falling. The pitching's light. The pitching was what we were hanging our hat on. Ooh, it's not a big league lineup. Adley's struggling. Let's stop. Let's take a breath. 5 games up on the 3rd wildcard spot. Sky's falling a little bit. The pitching is really light because Jake Bennett went 4 innings. He gave up 5 hits, 4 earned. 6 Ks. I thought the K stuff was really impressive, but his changeup was getting tapped around a little bit. Rafael Flores hits a home run to right field. F off, dude. F off. That guy's on a weird power stroke. Couple games into his big league career. He's not concerned about the workload. That's Jake Bennett. But it's hard to ignore. He's never thrown this many innings. I can't believe Craig ignored it. I can't believe he didn't go out and get a starter after he traded Connelly early. Obviously, I'm fine with the Connelly early trade. We've talked about that ad nauseum because he's not going to throw again this year. But after you trade an arm, I would have liked to get somebody. Like I said, I banged the table for Nate Eovaldi, but I needed someone that could give big league innings. I didn't really care how good they were, but there were guys available. If I pull up the trade deadline tracker, there were guys available and guys that did get traded for, not big hauls that, could impact your rotate. At least take the stress off these guys to have to go quality start every single day. Chris Bubich got traded. I don't know when he comes back, but he gets traded for Carlos Duran. I've never heard that name from the Dodgers. Lake Backer, who threw actually against the Sox on Sunday, he got traded. You weren't buying Dustin May. Like Foster Griffin gets dealt. Antonio Senzatella, I would have bought him really low for a couple of guys I've never heard of. Cubs buy Braxton Garrett. Um, Obviously, you're not going to go out and pay for Clay Holmes. Robbie Ray, like, there were guys out there, man, that I would have been excited about just to throw innings because we've got Jake Bennett, Patrick Sandoval's off Tommy John. Toley's looked really good recently. Obviously, the 14K game against the homeless A's, and then he goes 8 innings, shutty against Toronto. He had no K or 3 Ks, but that's a team that doesn't strike out very much. Sandoval's really who I'm worried about. I think Bennett's still a big league pitcher, and he has that outlier weak contact that he always gives up. He doesn't give up hard contact. Sandoval doesn't do anything well. Like, shall I bring up his Savant? He got knocked around. I'm glad they left him out there yesterday and didn't rinse the bullpen. Snaps to Raymond Burgos because he ate 4 more innings. Resets the pen here as we come up on. I don't even know who we play tonight. Patrick Sandoval right here. This is not a good pitcher. His off speed's fine, 77th percentile, but -9 pitching run value. It's a 4.75 xERA. You're gonna run this guy out every couple days. Look me in the eye and tell me this is gonna be good. It's not a good ground ball. He's not extended. He's not fooling anybody. At least guys aren't barreling, but he's still giving up a lot of runners. His whip's a 1.85. That's almost 2 base runners an inning, man. It's really kind of scary when you break it all down. To Patrick Sandoval thrown every 5th day, and there's nobody in AAA that's going to come save you. Blake Wehunt, maybe. Gage Zeal has been good, but these aren't big league starters yet. I think they might have to go to Jackson Paez, who threw big league innings for the White Sox. But do you want to burn an option? Even though I was kind of impressed he threw 93, 94. That guy's always been super spotty. I don't think that's the right word, but he knows where the ball's going. His command's really good. He's got 850 out of 60 command grade. But a 3.67 FIP's actually not too concerning for Patrick Sandoval. His xFIP, unfortunately, is a 4.49, so that is concerning. Not a very good pitcher. Not a very good pitcher. He was bound to hit this Tommy John wall. The velo's down. Nothing's moving. 6 strikeouts. Yikes. For the hitting side of the ball, also not very good. I'm still not worried about Adley Rutschman. Hilarious that his first 5-game streak of 9 strikeouts is his debut here, and people hate him because he doesn't do that. He's never done that. But deep breath. He had a 2-game rehab stint. We got to stop with these short rehab stints, by the way, and hope they're going to figure out at the major league level. Let these guys get their feet under them. Adley was out for 3 weeks. I had him on my fantasy team. I'm well aware of how long he was out. We did it with Romy. I'm scared we're going to do it with Roman and Trevor and IKF. Actually, Trevor Story, if we ruin him, fine. But I'm scared we're going to do it with Roman Anthony and IKF, man. We got to let these guys get their feet under them. But Adley will be fine. I think he's going to figure it out. He had to move to Boston, move all his stuff, immediately go on a rehab assignment, immediately go to Toronto. Think about the roller coaster games that he was in the dugout for in Chicago. And then he goes on a rehab assignment, he goes up to Toronto, he goes to Pittsburgh. This has not been an easy integration for Adley. And he's learning 5 new pitchers because they want him to catch every day because they hate Connor Wong. He's gonna. I think the bat comes around. I saw too much Caleb Durbin for the first 2 months to be concerned about 20 at bats for Adley Rutschman. Sadon, on the other hand, I am bigly concerned. I don't know how to, I'm very concerned. He's just been swinging and swinging and swinging and swinging. I'd like him moved down in the order. I'd like back-to-back off days for Sadon because he looks like his 2024 self. He's just been swinging and swinging, and you can't have that in the 2-hole. You can't have a selfish hitter like this in the 2-hole. It was great when he was hitting and balls were dropping and he was, doing the right things, but get this guy to the 6-hole. Let him be selfish there with guys on base at least. Like if he moves someone over or something, like at least he's doing something for you. But he's been a really frustrating watch, and he's literally been on auto swing. It's been super frustrating. I'd like Roman Anthony at 1, Adley Rutschman at the 2, Wheeler at the 3, Contreras at the 4. I think that's a really good top 4. And then finally, losing Massa sucks more than people think. Like, I think people hate Massa, and we've talked about that already today. But it keeps Duran in this lineup indefinitely. Jaron Duran, that 203. I don't know what his OPS is at. It's under 620, that's for sure. It was at 617 the last time I checked. This guy's terrible. Like, genuinely terrible. First percentile batting run value, and people have to act like he's fine or like he's coming out of it every time he gets a couple hits because we don't have anybody else to put out there. I would literally rather Jahmai Jones take most of the left field at bats. I would have rather Yoshida take the left field at bats. I'd rather Eli White take the left field at bats. He is really, really bad. And now all of a sudden Yoshida goes down and there's another excuse to keep Duran in the lineup. So they've got the D-backs coming up. A team that famously is not a great pitching team, but this team can still hit. They're in the NL wildcard race. This is a serious team after you drop series, to the A's, Blue Jays, and Pirates. Like, the D-backs are better than all 3 teams. So it's time to turn it on, man. Under 40 games to go. You got to go in the bullpen. Asa references it right here. I'm going to read it in a second, but Slayton's down. Whitlock's down. Chapman's been bad. Eric Miller's really good. Guerrero's still been good. But, now you don't have the bulletproof pen that you did. Now you don't even need 6 innings out of your starter. You'd rather 7 to get to these 2 or 3 guys instead of 5 or 6 to get your 4 or 5 guys. Asa says his primary concern is Chapman. He's looked so unreliable and beatable recently with Whitlock and Slayton down. He just can't be starting to slip. Yeah, I haven't really looked at his Savant recently. I guess we can take a peek at that. I'm scared to. Roll this Chapman. It's still very red. He's kind of getting barreled, hard hit a little bit. But, it's very red. I think he's going to regress to the mean where, his batting average is 186. His xERA is 283. It's fine to be worried about Chapman. So I think, valid concern. He hasn't looked good. We need him, and to lean on him a little bit is scary, but I think he kind of needs to be leaned on a little bit. Yeah, he comes out in a lot of these games against bad teams and he trolls a little bit. I keep saying it, walks a guy, gives up a hit, it's first and second, then he locks in and strikes out 2, gets a ground ball, game's over. Maybe he needs to be leaned on a little bit, and now that we're depending on him more, we're not oh, here's this luxury of a Aroldis Chap. No, Chappie, go out there and get these guys out. Maybe he feels it a little more, and he can give us this final stretch. But yeah, it's totally valid concern for Aroldis Chapman. Now we move on to the Schofield Sports Performance Standout Performer. Schofield Sports, everything you need to get to the next level. We've talked about Cody Belker already. This guy got to the next level. He's in AA now, and if you'd like to get to the next level, go to Schofield Sports Performance. The one where we're going to downgrade this from a bunch of players to just one because I think that makes more sense. And it'll be like a Patriots player, it'll be a Red Sox player, but you know what? Nobody stood out for me yesterday on the Boston Ball Club. So we go around the league. We go to the bottom of the American League. Kansas City starting pitcher yesterday, Noah Cameron. Complete game shutout, his first complete game. He went 8 strikeouts in a 3-0 win against Los Angeles. The Angels, that is, not the Dodgers. Would have been more impressive against the Dodgers, but the bottom of the AL shuts out the bottom of the AL. Noah Cameron's been really good his last couple starts. I kind of looked at him on the fantasy waiver wire, and I was like, maybe that's a stream guy, and he kept doing it. Somebody else picks him up, and here he is with a complete game shutout. Good for him there. He's your Schofield Sports Performance standout performer for August 17th. And finally, thank you to the Read On Community Fund for keeping this broadcast alive. The 2026 golf ball drop is Friday, October 16th at the Gorham Rams homecoming football game. That's at halftime. You can buy balls. I should have a link. I'll find a link and get one. If you'd like to buy one, you buy a ball. They drop it from the top of the fire truck ladder. Whoever's closest to the hole gets $1,000. Pretty sweet deal. Pretty simple. It's a cool thing, fun thing at the homecoming game this fall. And then the next month, November 14th, is 2026 Casino Night on Saturday, November 14th at Junction Bowl. It's sponsored by the Shaw Brothers Family Foundation. Who doesn't like trying to win some money off your friends? It's a good time at Junction Bowl, and Junction Bowl is a great setup. So that's always a good time. The Read On Community Fund. Those are their two big events coming this fall. If you can make it, absolutely do. Those are two really fun things. Kept it short and sweet, 32 minutes. I mean, it's not the 40-minute I'm used to, but that's what I've got on the Sox and Pats. We'll be back probably Thursday. Depending. Maybe I'll be back sooner if there's something more pressing to talk about. But thank you for listening to The Morning Drive. I'm Thomas Curtis. As always, see you next time.